Hello, my name is Karina, and this is my perfume app. Today, I want to talk about why I think Bath & Body Works is doing a really good job, why I've kind of become a Bath & Body Works super fan, and why I think Bath & Body Works is the Trader Joe's of the perfume industry. If you aren't in the United States, I understand that you don't have Trader Joe's. You also might not have Bath & Body Works. It seems like they have it in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just do hear a lot of Canadian content creators showing Bath & Body Works hauls. So I don't know if that means they are in parts of Canada or if there's just easy access to the US. Bath & Body Works is in Ohio, and Trader Joe's, for those of you who don't know, is a company that started in California. If you have Aldi in your country, and we have Aldi here too, then you might see some Trader Joe's products because in the late 80s, I believe it was the late 80s, the Aldi family bought Trader Joe's as an investment. But Trader Joe's itself has always been run here in the United States by the same kind of group of people who have always run it. I mean, there's been changes in staff and CEOs and all that boring stuff. But what Trader Joe's does really, really well is they private label products that are hits. So everything in Trader Joe's is potentially like a hit product, a viral product, because they really try to put the best one in their store and nothing else. So say if they want to represent street food from Thailand, right? They will come up with some sort of noodle, Trader Joe's noodle that comes with a sauce. It's easy to prepare, and it will be based on what they think customers will really like as a unique street food from Thailand product. And they do that with every single item in the store. You're not going to find like multiples of the same item. It's private labeled, and they have these products made by a lot of times the same companies that are making the big brand name kind of version of that, but they will tweak it and say, make it more like this and less like that. And I just think that Trader Joe's, more than anybody that I can think of, has really taught us like the magic of a private label. They also have very good customer service and all these other things. You may wonder why I know so much about Trader Joe's. Let's just say that before I had kids, I maybe had some inside information on how Trader Joe's works. Hint, hint. Anyway, I am so impressed with Bath & Body Works. And I had an opportunity to do a lot of shopping in the past few weeks. I mean, school's starting again and I have kids. My husband traveled out of state and we kind of stayed in like a big shopping district. I'm not usually like a big get up and go shopper, but I have done shopping in shopping malls lately. And I also want to say that I think the American shopping mall experience seems to be bouncing back pretty hard. The malls seem pretty busy, and I'm kind of excited about that because I have missed the in-person shopping experience. So anyway, I mentioned I went to Nordstrom during their sale, and I went to their section where they had kind of their more niche type fragrances. I say niche type because I don't really think anything that is under LVMH should really be considered niche. I just don't. Anyway, my husband beelined to the MFK counter because he likes Baccarat Rouge 540, kind of was thinking about getting another bottle. He wanted to smell what they had that was new. That's where we smelled Kirky. But I just wanted to tell you about my experience at that counter because I thought a lot about it. One, calling it a counter is generous. It was literally a podium with maybe 8 bottles of MFK fragrances on them. And that's Maison Francis Kurkdjian. They were highlighting Kirky. That one was kind of set out up front. There was a man behind the podium and he just said, "Hello, how are you?" And that was it. Then he kind of stepped back and he continued to like chat with the guy right next door at the Creed counter. I tried Kirky. I just thought, But let me tell you, there was absolutely zero luxury customer service going on there. And I don't expect any kind of special treatment when I go anywhere. I expect like someone actually trying maybe to like talk to me about fragrance, just even a little bit. For example, if I worked at MFK, this is how I would do it. I would say, "Oh, hey, how are you today?" And someone would say, "I'm fine." And I'd be like, "Have you ever tried any Maison and Francis Kirk de Jean fragrances? And they would say, no, I haven't. And I would say, oh, well, let me talk to you about them. Are you interested in them? Yes. Okay. So this is Baccarat Rouge 540. Have you heard of that one? Oh yeah, it's very popular. Well, you want to smell it? Blah, blah, blah. Getting them engaged, kind of seeing what they like. None of that was going on at MFK. None of that was going on at Diptyque. None of that was going on at Byredo. And none of it was going on at Le Labo. And what those all have in common is their fragrances are over $200 a bottle. Now compare that to going into Bath & Body Works. I live in Indianapolis. There is a lot of shopping near where I live, and I would say within a 10-mile radius, I can think of at least 3 brick and mortar Bath & Body Works stores. There could be more. There's 3 that I can think of. When I go into a Bath & Body Works, especially the one in the mall near my house, the stores are merchandised beautifully. There is somebody right by the front who says hello, who offers me a basket, who tells me the sales for the day, who asks me about my scent preferences, who shows me a fragrance that they're excited about. This is really good basic customer service. Not to mention the stores are nice. Not to mention it's a store. It's not a Bath & Body Works podium with one person. Why can't MFK, someplace that's charging between, $275 and $600 per bottle, not do a little bit more than what looks like a painted podium left over from like a speech given in an auditorium? I just don't get it. The Bath & Body Works that I go to not only has this beautiful, well-stocked, beautifully merchandised, well-lit, full of employees, fragrance side, but they have White Barn right next to it, which is like homey and wood and oaky and kind of dark, and the candles are fully stocked and there's employees working over there. When I went to check out at Bath & Body Works, the line got really long. It was kind of stretching through the middle of the store, and they opened up all the registers and they got through everybody so quickly, and everybody was friendly and smiling, and their customer service made them seem excited about the products we were getting, and it's great. It's great. It's really similar to what you have to do to work at Trader Joe's. Like, you cannot be a fuddy-duddy. You cannot ignore people. You have to be like friendly. You have to be knowledgeable about the product. You have to show stuff. You have to try stuff, right? Anyway, Bath & Body Works, it just keeps getting better and better and better, in my opinion. Now, they do keep a lot of their classic scents around, or they bring them back, but some of their new scents are so good that it's just like mind-blowing. I mentioned that I went to Chicago a couple times, and the second time I went, when I had to go to an event, I went to Nordstrom literally to buy a Le Labo fragrance. Didn't get it. Ended up wearing this to the party, and I thought, this is better. This is better. And I paid like $4 for this because I got it on like a super sale with a coupon. That's the other thing about Bath & Body Works. I'm not embarrassed at all about running in there during a sale with a handful of coupons, and they do not seem to like think any other way about it other than like congratulatory. Like, if I ring everything up and my whole basket comes up to like $12, they're like, oh yeah, good job, And I'm like, yeah, that's right. I know what I'm doing. But anyway, this Musk number 3, people always mention when I say Musk number 3, I do that because there are several other musks. There's another one just called Musk, and then there's like If You Musk. So I will always say Musk number 3 because I just feel like people know what I'm talking about. And I know that's not the name because I have other items that have that too. That's the 3rd step in a process. Anyway, this one, it almost smells like a cinnamon rice pudding, but there's also something very musky and slightly salty. It is so beautiful, and it is so not like anything else that I've ever gotten at Bath & Body Works. And there are definite fans of this fragrance. Now, they don't have it anymore, and there's a lot of people that are sad. And I also am a huge fan of the Book Loft candle. I have a couple right behind me. The Book Loft candle smells a lot like Musk number 3. There will be people who argue, but I have burned through 3 Book Lofts, and I said what I said. It does smell like this, and this does smell like L'Eau Papier. You can look at Fragrantica, it's right there. Tons of people say that it does, it does. It smells a lot like it. So does the Book Loft candle. I will say about the Book Loft candle, you need to burn through it like a quarter of the way for it to really get going. It's not one of those candles that as soon as you light it, it fills up a room, but it will eventually. So Musk No. 3 is not available right now, but they just came out with actual Book Loft body care. And does this smell like Musk No. 3? It does, but it is different because this has a fresher, more perfumey, like aromatic note to it. But if you don't smell them side by side, I think you would think they smell exactly alike. If you do smell them side by side, this one definitely smells more rice pudding-ish, and the notes on the back say oats, but it does have kind of a rice pudding thing going on. And this smells more papery, aromatic, but they smell similar. They both smell like Diptyque L'Eau Papier, and they both smell like the Book Loft candle. And this is such a good deal. For $5.95, which is how much I got it for. Actually, I got it for like $5.20 because I had a coupon on top of it. Unbelievable. 8 ounces of this, you cannot go wrong. And Bath & Body Works, they make their stuff at the same big oil houses that L'Eau Papier is made. They're not making them with some cut rate ingredients. It's the same stuff. So if you still are kind of on the fence about Bath & Body Works, I would just say, like, you're missing out. Okay, you're missing out on the deals because this stuff is so good. I just can't believe it. I talked last week about Off the Vine, which is their tomato garden fragrance. And this has such a clean, green, fresh scent. And I love it when I see green stuff at Bath & Body Works because this is not the standard. I would say the standard is kind of a fruity, almost plasticky, kind of gourmandy, very upbeat, very friendly, very fruity, very sweet kind of body spray. And they still have plenty of that. But they really have been getting into like what smells like just quality perfumery. And I am seeing more and more people who look like me in the stores. And what I mean by that is just like middle-aged, requires reading glasses, has been shopping for a long time, kind of knows what's good. This is really good too. This is one that I just got brand new, on sale and with a coupon, Vanilla Cafe. Now I showed the other night the Rich Espresso, and this has some of the same notes. It's got espresso and hazelnut, but it also has vanilla, and it makes it very creamy and frothy, and it's getting really close to that coffee shop atmospheric that like I'm after. This smells really good. It also smells completely unisex to me, and yeah, this is new and I would check it out. This is part of the same line that gave us Vanilla Romance, which is a mind-blowing Bath & Body Works fragrance. It's this slightly smoky, woody, super modern, trendy and niche perfumery kind of fragrance that you can potentially get for under $6, Vanilla Romance. When I bought this one, I was like, okay, they are really, really, really going for it because this is a perfume. This is an 8-ounce bottle of a perfume that is going to smell super high end, super new and trendy. And you just don't want to miss out. They still have this. The next one is Always and Forever, which is like a beautiful pink pepper. It might be a white pepper. Let's see. I did not forget my glasses this time. This is pink pepper, roses, and sheer sandalwood. This does remind me of Intense Cafe by, is it Montal? I think it is. It's either Montal or Mancera. That kind of rosy smell that almost smells a little bit metallic, but a beautiful modern rose fragrance in a very nice bottle. There's some texture on this bottle, like a lace texture. Always and Forever. And Rose, which is one that they've had for a while. This is such a clean, fresh, modern smelling rose. Kind of dusty. it gets compared to MFK's rose fragrance. So pretty, long lasting. This is rose water, jasmine petals, and creamy musk. I think Bath & Body Works has really good jasmine scents because they're very clean and fresh. Rose. Another new one to my collection, Vanilla Ease. Really good alternative to Burberry Goddess. Dries down very vanilla-y and starts out very lavender-y, and it's like a nice, it's like a nice kind of green, fresh lavender. Maybe it is a little shaving creamy, but it dries down very vanilla-y, and I also think that this could be a unisex scent. One that's new to me, but not new at all, but I'm like so excited about it, is Winter Candy Apple. I have seen this one for a long time. I've never really been interested because historically I haven't loved apple, but I am so into this. This says candy red apple, winter rose petals, candied orange maple leaf, and fresh cinnamon. We had like a little bit of cold weather here, not cold, but like, well, yeah, I mean, compared, like it went from like 92 during the day, and we had some nights in the 50s recently, which has been really nice. But I wore Winter Candy Apple one night, and I just thought, oh yeah, this is good. This would rival a lot of my indie apple scents. I hesitate to tell you that because I don't want to say don't buy the indie scent, but if you like Solstice scents, Witch's Cottage or Corvin's Apple Fest, I think you would also like Winter Candy Apple. This also smells to me a lot like Elizabeth Taylor Diamonds and Rubies. Just switch out the apple or switch out the peach in that one for apple, and you have like a very similar scent, which is kind of like a musky, slightly shampoo-y, but you can smell cinnamon apples too. I really, really like this, and I think this fall it's going to be amazing. Another one that they just brought back is this Milk perfume mist. I can't remember what they called this line, but it's fragrance with notes of sugared oats and whipped milk for a creamy, cozy scent. Super on-trend lactonic scent. It smells like a little bit like the lactonic notes in Blanche Bette. It smells a little bit like the lactonic notes in Bianco Latte, but it's just that. It's just a creamy, milky scent. It's pretty. It will smell good with anything. It smells like a nighttime scent. It smells like a daytime scent. It just smells like a pretty, perfumey gourmand. I also picked up Ice Cream Float just a few days ago. And if I was going to say anything bad about this one, is that I do not get frightful vanilla float at all, but it definitely smells like fizzing cola and spooky sugars. I would say it's like a cola sugar musk. A lot of people have said that this smells like gummy colas, and I would agree. That's what it smells like. But what's cool about that is I have other cola scents where, like Tonka Cola, where the cola note fades away really quickly and you're just left with Tonka. But this cola note lasts hours and hours and hours. I don't know if it's the greatest projector, but this cola note will stay on your skin for a long time. This is a really pretty cola scent if you're interested in having something like that. So I'm just showing you scents that I think are really high value from Bath & Body Works. That's what I'm highlighting here. So the next one isn't available right now, but if they ever bring it back, I've talked about it a million times. Saltwater Breeze. The perfumer is Gabriella Calariu. This is the ultimate blue scent. Fresh linen, violet leaves, water blossom, and white musk. Just a pretty blue, kind of Fruit Loopy, laundry, watery scent. Smells like a amusement park ride. Very beautiful. This is new. Glazed Pumpkin. This is like their newest pumpkin scent. And I will say that I'm like kind of trying to figure this one out because it smells very masculine to me when I first spray it. And it reminds me of a particular cologne, but I can't think of what it is. And it's kind of driving me crazy. I always want to say Fahrenheit, but I think I'm biased to say Fahrenheit because that's what my dad wore. So like that is like the like men's cologne perfume scent to me. But yeah, there's something masculine in here, and it's kind of nice because it doesn't really smell like a pumpkin frosting, and a lot of their pumpkin-y fragrances can kind of smell like that, cupcakey, cakey, buttery, whipped cream kind of thing. But this one has vanilla glaze, caramel woods, and pumpkin cream. And yeah, I love it. I mean, if you want a pumpkin scent for fall, you can't go wrong. So this is Cucumber Melon. I got this one in a lot recently. I had never smelled this. I've smelled other Cucumber Melon scents, and I've never been that crazy about them, which is weird because I love melon, especially like cantaloupe kind of scents. And this is just a long time Bath & Body Works classic. It has crisp cucumber, watery honeydew, summer cantaloupe, sparkling grapefruit, and sheer woods. And yeah, it's great. It's exactly what you think it's going to smell like. It smells like cucumber and melon. They've had it forever. They bring it back like every summer, at least for a certain amount of time. And I'm super happy to finally have it. And I don't know it took me so long. But these classic scents that Bath & Body Works keep bringing back, it's kind of like, you know, if I bring back the Trader Joe's comparison, Trader Joe's discontinues stuff all the time. And you'll hear people say like, oh, I really miss this. When will you bring it back? And I think Bath & Body Works kind of does the same thing. You know, they bring stuff back when they think people will really, really want it. And I believe that I've shown you everything I wanted to show you today. So this is just, you know, I have no relationship with Bath & Body Works. But I just think there's a few places that are serving customers the way we want to be served, with like great customer service and great value. And I recommend that you shop at Bath & Body Works just if you're a perfume lover. If your whole collection was Bath & Body Works, I think you would have a really good fragrance collection. I really do. I don't think you have to buy more than Bath & Body Works. I think you can. I do. I like to try all kinds of different stuff. But even if you only shop there, you would still have such a wide variety of scents. You would still have so many interesting, unique scents in your collection that come from quality ingredients, at least as good as stuff that you're paying $200 for sure. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye. Subscribe.